So the first property is product of powers. This property tells us that if we have x raised to n, which is multiplied by x raised to m, that means the bases are same, then we can simply add the exponents. For example, if I have 3 raised to 2 times 3 raised to 5, the base is same, then I can just add 2 and 5. So this is equal to 3 raised to 7. That's product of powers. Then we have quotient of powers. And you would have guessed it that if you have x raised to n over x raised to m, then we take the difference of the exponents. So n minus m. For example, now this can be also written like this: 4 raised to 9 divided by 4 raised to 7, which is basically same as 4 raised to 9 over 4 raised to 7. So you just subtract the exponents to get 4 raised to 2. That's your quotient of powers. Then you have power of a power. Power of a power says that if you have a power, let's say x raised to n, and it is raised to another exponent, so then you basically multiply both the exponents. For example, if you have 5 raised to 2 and this whole thing is raised to 6, then you can multiply 2 and 6 to get 5 raised to 12. Then you have power of a quotient. So if you have x divided by y, this is raised to some exponent m. This is quotient of x and y. So this exponent gets distributed to both numerator and denominator. So you get x raised to m over y raised to m. So for example, if you have 4 over 5 raised to 7, so you can write it like this: 4 raised to 7 over 5 raised to 7. Similarly, we also have power of products. Power of products. So if you have a product of x and y, and this product is raised to some exponent m, so again this exponent will get distributed. So x raised to m times y raised to m. For example, if you have 2 times 3, this is raised to 4, you can write it as 2 raised to 4 times 3 raised to 4. Then you have zero exponent rule. Which says that any number raised to 0 is always 1. Well, you must be wondering about the reason behind this. I can explain the reason, but not in this video. Maybe I'll create a different video to explain why anything raised to 0 gives us 1. But for now, let's say you have anything. If you have 3 raised to 0, if you have 4 over 8 raised to 0, if you have negative 5 raised to 0, all of these will give us 1. Then finally we have the negative exponent rule, which is the most important one. Negative exponent. We'll be using this a lot. So if any number is raised to a negative exponent, then in order to make this exponent positive, we take the reciprocal of the base. So reciprocal of x will be 1 over x and entire thing raised to m. So the exponent becomes positive. There is one more way. So for example, if you have x over y, this is a fraction and it is raised to negative exponent m. So then you'll take the reciprocal of x over y to get y over x, the entire thing raised to m. So the exponent becomes positive. And this finally you can write it as 1 over x raised to m, because 1 raised to m is just 1. For example, if you have 4 raised to negative 6, you can write it as 1 over 4 raised to 6. If you have 21 over 17 raised to negative 2, so you can write it as 17 over 21 raised to 2, which is nothing but 17 square over 21 square.